Here I am. Welcome back to Just Jenna. I've decided to start recording my episodes using my face so I can start clipping my content and start repurposing my content to distribute my content on all social media platforms using strategy to hopefully optimize and capture attention as a top of sale funnel, a lead gen funnel. And I'm trying to funnel all y'all to my long form content. And I think I have to have my face on here to do that. Not like, oh my God, it's my face, but people just like a face. People like a face. I like a face. Come on, I get it. Are you guys really just watching me? I'm not going to do anything. Maybe I will. Stay tuned for more. But no, for real, I'm just gonna talk. But I'm gonna talk about some shit that I cannot stop thinking about, and it has to do with AI. I have a perspective about technology, AI, consciousness, and the way that the systems are crumbling around it, building up around it as well. Let me be clear. I renounce the doomsday doomer boomers. I renounce the AI hypers. I renounce people that think that AI is going to kill off humanity. I renounce the people that believe that AI is a new form of consciousness, a godlike entity, a human. I renounce quit your job and AI will make you $1 million in a month. I also do believe that AI can make someone $1 million in a month. I think it's going to change the workforce as we know it. Will it change everything? Depends on what level of the word you want to define everything as. I think it's going to change a lot of jobs. It's going to change a lot of them. And I want to explain all of that in today's episode. I want to explain to you guys what AI is, how people are utilizing it, how I believe it's going to change the structure of a business, or it has the potential to change the structure of a business because I'm seeing it firsthand. I am involved in said business and I want to just share my perspective, share my opinion. I drew something up last night as well that I want to share with you. First, I want to share with you a perspective I have on the invention, the innovation that is artificial intelligence and what it's doing to culture. I believe that technology can be used in service of human beings and nature. I believe in a reality where AI, humanity, technology, nature can all coexist in a very healthy and sustainable way. I believe that. I'm also not someone who's hope maxing, dream maxing, just being so optimistic and not talking about the nature of a lot of these things as well. There is a lot of really scary, weird, unknown things going on as well. Job displacement. You understand these are big, heavy hitting things. And also, there is a layer of satire woven into this as well, because if I don't laugh, I will cry. But regardless, I do just really believe in that type of reality. If you don't want to believe in that type of reality, that's awesome. Go watch the news. There's a bunch of bullshit out there that you can consume if you want to be mad. If you want to be sad, you can go check out that algorithm. If you want to be in that hype grind thing, there's an algorithm for you. There's an algorithm for everybody. And I hope this finds the correct people because I just want to share my perspective. First, if you hear anyone say that they know something's going to happen because of AI, you should be extremely skeptical of this person because no one knows exactly what's going to happen and where it's going to go and what the possibilities truly are. I do have a prediction that I want to share about running businesses using robots, and I am going to share that prediction later on in the episode. But for now, I want to explain something further. The reason why AI is an absolutely remarkable, breathtaking, I'm in awe of it type of invention type of thing is because think about this, a tractor that plants seeds into the ground. When the first tractor was invented and it made its first couple of rounds in the field, there were problems that came about because you don't know what you need to update, fix, refine until you create a product, you create a service, you created anything, and you just start putting reps in and you see where refinement needs to be made. You see where invention needs to take place, where things need to get better. And so the original tractor has evolved so much. The original car has evolved so much. Every invention ever made started at one spot and now it's just 10 bajillion gazillion. This is real research conducted. It's a bajillion gajillion fazillion times better because through trial and error, through refinement, you can continue to craft a better product. With AI, it is able to update itself on its own. That is like saying the first time a tractor was invented and it was put out into the field, and the tractor was driving along the path, and every single time the tractor went over a huge rock or a really big piece of dirt and it tilted, and it noticed that every time it did that, the planter derived from the straight line and it got crooked. That's because the tractor went up on a rock. And so the seeds planted in more of a little wave rather than a straight line. And imagine when that happened a couple of times, the tractor was able to refine itself in that moment, in the blink of an eye, and create different types of tires. Maybe the weight would be distributed throughout the tractor differently when it could then see that it was coming up towards a rock that way. The tractor kept planting seeds in a straight line. That is what AI is able to do. It is able to learn from its own mistakes and continue to refine itself. That is like every invention ever, not really needing a human to notice what it needs updated, and then it's able to just update itself on its own. If you have a water bottle and for whatever reason, every time you take a drink, it spills in some capacity, and that's doing it 100 times, your water bottle would know, oh, this chick keeps spilling every time she does this. Maybe I lean to the right a lot. And then the lid would change itself to accommodate me. That's AI. That's why AI is fucking crazy. That's why these updates are happening so fast. That's why the speed of all of this change is happening so quickly. Do you get that? Do we get it? Are we on the same page here? That's why the speed of everything is just, it feels insane. It feels insane with AI, and it is going to change everything, and it's changing everything quicker than you can imagine, quicker than I can imagine. But I want to articulate this to you because I don't want you to be, I don't want to say behind, because again, I'm not trying to scare anyone into doing anything, but just being aware of this wave, because there is a wave coming. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not going to change your life for the better or the worse. It's not this. It's just a wave that is coming. And I think to be informed is probably the best thing you can do for yourself at this point. That way you are able to make conscious choices, because every day there's new information coming in. I have a prediction that I want to share when it comes to businesses, economy, organizational structures, hierarchy, industries, silos, the way that work used to be. I say used to be because it's changing. And I'm not saying I know this is going to happen. I'm saying that this is my prediction. I have been able to see things oftentimes before they are true, before they are actualized. I'm not always right. Not at all. When I'm able to see a pattern enough times, I'm able to make educated guesses into where I think something is going to go. And I have been right about a lot of things when it comes to AI and the way that it's moving. And I share all of these thoughts with my friends behind the scenes, and I never record it. And all of them keep telling me to share. So here I am sharing. My prediction is that the wave of AI is going to create a huge increase in the number of small businesses. And we are going to see the collapse of the ginormica mega corporations and establishments. I think we're going to see a huge rise in small groups of people performing specific things, generating specific outputs for other small businesses and groups of people. Okay. Now, I have created something to explain this further. I'm like, I need to put my microphone down. I hope y'all are seeing this. Do you understand this production quality? I think it's sweet what I'm doing. I think what I'm doing right now is overwhelmingly endearing. Okay, divas and divettes. Do you see this? Is everyone aware? Can we all see this? I hope you can. Okay. This is a very, very, very basic and non-robust organizational chart, but I think it gives you a gist. Mind you, most companies have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of employees. There are multiple companies have thousands and thousands and thousands of employees. Okay, this represents what? 20? 20 people? Okay, and so the reason I'm showing this is essentially because this is before AI. This is how an organization would work, okay? Okay, think about it like this. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to show you this. Like, can I just put this on a screen somewhere? I'm like, Colton, can you help me? Colton, can you help me do this? Okay, so I'm like, okay, y'all. Anyways, so this is how it normally used to work. You would have one person at the beginning, at the top of a company. This is the CEO, this head honcho. Under the CEO, you then have 4 other silos within the company. Again, this is not all companies, this is not all businesses, this is one type of business model. Disclaimer, 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 yada, yada, yada. This is just for the sake of you understanding how AI is going to disrupt this. So then under the CEO, you have a CFO, CMO, CTO, COO. Under these people, you then have other people. Director of Finance, Controller, Brand Manager, Marketing Director, VP Engineering, Product Manager, HR Director, Sales Director, okay? And then underneath these people have their own branches. Own branches. It just keeps branching off in terms of what the skills are, what skills are needed, what needs to be executed, what needs to be produced. And it's just this trickle down thing, okay? This is how it's been going on forever. In a lot of these companies, it's like, hey, we need, like, think about a marketing company or something like that. They onboard a client. When they onboard a client, they have to capture market research, the company's ICP, their messaging pillars, what their brand voice is, what they don't sound like, what their niche is, what their audience wants, how it connects to their sales funnel, where are they pushing people towards, what is their brand design, where are they advertising, how are they advertising, what is their budget. They had to figure out all of these things, and all of these things required, each one of these things I mentioned required a deliverable, required a skill, okay? And that's just a marketing company. That is a concept that I'm just articulating to you. That's one. Gone are the days where that needs to happen because AI can do these things for you rather than having to have an entire team that spent years of study and years of executing tasks and all of these skills that they have. The barrier to entry is no longer money. The barrier to entry is no longer skills or knowledge because AI has these capabilities. I feel like I'm going to show you this and then I'm going to explain to you how this is actually happening. So this is after AI, okay? I gotta put this thing up again. Hold on, everybody. Quiet on set. Quiet on set. Quiet on set. This is after AI, okay? Can we all see this? Can the people in the back see it? Are we focused up? Okay. So now, this can be ran by one person. It can be, but I'm showing this example of how a company can now be ran by two people producing the same results as the last document I shared. So you have two people, person one and person two. Person one is in control of the CMO agent. The CMO agent is in control of the content agent, the SEO agent, the ad agent. Person one is also in control of the sales agent. The sales agent is in control of the prospecting agent, the proposal agent. So this one person now is taking care of all of these jobs. I will continue to explain further. Please allow me to land the plane. Person two, they're in control of this here we go. The CTO agent, the CFO agent, and then et cetera, et cetera. You get it. Like the QA agent, the coding agent, the finance agent, the bookkeeping agent. Are we following me right now? And then these two are coming together to collab. It is now possible for one person, although I do not advise one person. I think having a couple of people on your team still utilizing this structure is key, but you can essentially have one person running all of these agents to perform the task that you need. Now, not all jobs can be completely taken by AI, no, but a lot of repeatable workflows, repeatable tasks, specific types of things that need to be executed on a daily basis, things that you can say, in this document, there is always this type of information, and based on that type of information, I need this type of document created, and once that type of document is created, it needs to be ran through this quality control audit. Then once that is done, that document needs to be sent up to this person, and then this person needs to take this document, and it needs to go over here to this. That is what AI has the ability to do because you can give it specific instructions for how to behave and what to do. Obviously, it is both easier and harder than you can even imagine. But I want to explain something to you so you can understand how this is happening and what's going on. I'm just going to spill the beans. I want to explain the core mechanics behind an LLM, what an LLM is, which is a large language model. These large language models have been trained on every book, article, job, skill, task, code, conversations, documents, transcripts. It's trained on every piece of information that's ever been out there, and it is able to learn specific patterns. It is able to understand, oh, based on this thing happening thousands and thousands and thousands of times, this is how I should react, this is how I should talk, this is how I should behave, this is what needs to be done. This is a pattern here. All it is recognizing patterns based on all of the information that we've given it. So because of this, AI has been able to learn how to do human tasks. And not only is it able to just intellectually know how to perform a task, it is actually able to do the task. It is able to generate documents, synthesize things for you, code, create design, create templates, run campaigns, create graphs, create documents, strategize, use best practices. It's able to do all of these things. Again, not just intellectually, but actually work with you. It can go on a Chrome extension and it can go on websites while you're with it. It can edit your personal profiles for you if you give it access. It can do all of these things. Okay, so for example, the ghostwriter. A ghostwriter would get paired up with a client and maybe they would have a 15-page framework of like, who is this person? What is their voice? What is their story? Who is their audience? What am I talking about? Etc., etc., etc. But now you can essentially tell AI to do that exact thing with a brand, with a book, with a story, and it will become your ghostwriter for you. Again, this is both easier and harder than you are thinking right now. Okay, and I want you to think of a large language model as that brain that is storing all of that information I previously said: articles, books, transcripts, human conversations, questions and answers, and science, and also false stuff, let me do whatever, but all information, it is out there. And LLM is that. Now, Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, these companies are sitting on top of a large language model. So you have to go through them to access the large language model. But you can access this. Anyone can access this. Anyone can create something right now. Here we go. Jenna's getting giddy. But anyone can create something right now where they create software and infrastructure and you can place it on top of these large language models. You can create your own as well, but there is open source models everywhere for people to sit their software on. So that's how people are gaining access to their own robots, if you will. They're just creating the software, they're creating the container, they're creating the ChatGPT, they're creating the Claude, probably in a smaller fashion, and they're putting it on a large language model, or they're putting it on their own language model, essentially. This LLM has absorbed all of the information up until this point that explains how to do certain jobs and how to execute certain jobs, and it knows how to do them. And it's absolutely blowing my mind. The magic of AI is existing in the LLM, and going through, again, Claude, ChatGPT, whatever, that's just what you're going through to get to this super cool, fantastical world of AI. And it's just really fascinating to me. I have some examples that I have written down so you can understand this potentially even further. You just explain to AI exactly what you need and what's important to you, and it will do it for you. This is some real examples that you can do. That you can have a recording or a transcript. You can connect it directly. Claude reads the entire thing and gives you a summary, the action items, who said what, and what needs to happen. Email management, you can connect an AI to your inbox. It will read your emails, tell you what's urgent, draft responses in your voice, and surface what actually needs your attention. Writing and ghostwriting, you can talk, you can ramble, voice note your ideas, and AI can turn it into a newsletter, a caption, a script, a pitch. It learns how you write and produces it in your voice. You can build websites and apps without knowing how to code. You can create visual assets. You can have the browser and app control, document creation, research, customer communication, complex workflow management. This is Claude's co-work project, which is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It doesn't just answer questions. It takes on multiple levels and steps of projects and it creates it for you. It's insane. Okay, so circling this back to why I believe small businesses are going to be on the rise, you are now able to create your own specific set of instructions and guidelines for specific, I don't know if you want to call it a workflow, a robot, a skill, a prompt, a project, a what have you, but you are now able to create the thing and create specific instructions to give an AI bot to give you the result that you need. And I believe that because of this, some of the most important skills that you can have are taste, having good taste, not even good taste, but right taste. Because at the end of the day, you can create whatever business you want right now. You can do whatever, genuinely you can. However, you're not going to be successful if you don't know what a good output is. You could create really any product or any type of service or any type of output or generate some type of skill for people. But if you don't know what's actually good, if you don't have good taste, and if you don't add your unique taste, then you're absolutely cooked. You are absolutely cooked. You can't just start doing random shit. You still got to know what you're talking about. You still have to be able to do things. This isn't gone are the days where There's no people involved at all. I mean, maybe there's definitely probably a use case where there's a completely AI led, ran, operated business just by AI robots. But I think for the majority, for the prediction that I'm making, I think it is just going to be a bunch of like-minded people that get together that have similar ideas and are ready to execute and are decently tech savvy, and they're going to be able to create businesses like this. I genuinely believe that. And your job is to, instead of how it used to be, where you would have then entry level person produce a document, and then the junior level person would check on it and give it the stamp of approval, and then they collect the information and then add what they need. Then they need to move it up to a senior person, and then the senior person has to check in and make sure everything's okay. Then it gets moved to here. It's going to be you, the person that created all of your little AI robots, going into every step of the workflow of the project, of the process, and making sure that the output is exactly what you want. And then once that happens and that's approved, then it gets moved, and you have to be able to still go in and refine. I'm so sick of everyone being online. Like, I have a lot of AI content online, obviously. Everyone's like, oh, plug and play. Like, I make 10K a week. I make $30,000 a month by doing this one thing. It takes me 2 seconds. Like, oh my God, sit and spin. It's a bunch of BS. It's just marketing to get you to click on their videos. It's not real. I mean, maybe it's real. I'm sure it's happened to somebody, but I don't think that's the majority. The whole job is having taste. The whole job is knowing if the output is okay. You're not going to be the one writing the document. You're going to be the one approving the document. You're not going to be the one creating the PowerPoint. You're going to be approving the PowerPoint. You're not going to be creating the content. You're approving the content. And you're also creating the system in which it will deliver these things to you if you so choose. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm suspecting is going to be going on. And the reason I'm so fucking excited about this, I'm so excited about this for a multitude of reasons. One, the barrier to entry, or the gap between having a good idea and needing a team to execute it, has closed dramatically. And to me, that's so exciting. If you don't have a job, if you don't like your job, or if you've always had an idea but you didn't have enough money to hire a developer, or if you didn't have any money to hire a marketing team, or if you didn't have any money to hire a strategist, you didn't have money for a financial planner or a bookkeeper or an assistant or someone to help you ghostwrite or someone to help you organize, someone to help you with calendar management, if you didn't have the money, time, or the resources, or even the wherewithal that these resources existed, the gap has closed. The gap is closing. It's closing more and more every single day. And to me, that is so exciting because for someone like me, for my podcast, for example, I am competing against people who have millions and millions of dollars to throw at marketing agencies, PR agencies, an entire team to manage them, an editor, a producer, perhaps a scriptwriter, people that are repurposing their content for them, people that are booking meetings for them, doing all of these things. That's what I'm competing against. I don't have any money to do that. However, now with AI, I am going to be able to leverage myself a little bit better, which that to me is so exciting. I'm going to get to have help with my creative projects. I'm jazzed the F up. Are you kidding me? I think about all of these small businesses or small creators or even medium-sized businesses that they've never been able to pour into a marketing agency, or they've never been able to hire specific type of help because they just don't have the money. Like, if you are a small creator or a small business, you wear 1,000 hats all day long, and that's just what your job is. But AI is able to offload some of these things, or at least now, AI is going to give certain businesses the ability to have a very, very, very lean business. So they're going to be able to charge people way less than before. So people are either going to be able to utilize AI for themselves in their business, or they're going to be able to utilize these other people that are utilizing AI. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about creative people who have always wanted to share their story. I'm going to be using AI to help my marketing and advertising, because if I have learned anything within the last year, you can literally create the cure for cancer. You can have gold. You can be sitting on a pot of gold, and if no one knows about it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. If you have a product, if you have a service, if you have an offering, if you have an idea, if you have anything, you have to market it. You have to get eyes in front of it. I just think everyone should take advantage of this moment that we're in and take advantage of the barrier to entry being zero. You do not need to go to college and learn how to code to create software. You do not need to go to college and spend all this money on a graphic design degree to create beautiful, beautiful, beautiful images and a beautiful website for yourself, for your product, for your service, for whatever you're doing. It's so exciting to me. I created a website on accident. I mean, I'm being silly, but you know what I mean? Everything that I've been able to do and accomplish because I've been able to utilize AI. It just makes me so excited because I want to share this with as many people as I can. I'm just not for the doomsdayers. Like, go watch the news if you want to hate your life. Go, go and consume whatever type of content you want because the algorithm and the content that you're consuming is going to be your reality. And so if you want to be mad about AI, then go be mad. If you want to be happy, go be happy. You can make what you want out of this. And I'm choosing to look at it as an opportunity because if I'm being so for real, I'm looking at this as an opportunity for me to be my own boss, have my own company, have my own business, and continue to be creative and continue to be able to do things that I love. And the fact that I'm able to do work while on a walk is my dream. It's my dream. I am able to accomplish things that I need for work now while I'm on a walk. And you can't take that joy away from me. You just can't. I want to say a couple of things about AI before we sign off here. I know this is a big one. This is a big one. This is a doozer. This is a doozy doozer boozer, baby. But I think it's really important to not outsource your thinking to AI, not outsource your connection and creativity to AI. I have seen a lot of people use AI as more of an emotional support companion. I think you should be cautious if you're using any type of AI, any type of technology for emotional support, connection, internal work, reassurance seeking, validation. I don't want to see it being used in that way. I'm personally not using it in that way. The reason I'm saying that is because, as you know, all of these AI chatbots, like a Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, you name it, they are all designed to hold your attention and to appease you by whatever means necessary because these top companies are racing to be the next trillionaire. It's disgusting. I will have a whole episode about my opinions on all of that momentarily. But these huge platforms are racing by any means necessary to be the one that everyone uses. And so, how do you do that? You get the most users. How do you get the most users? You appease them and you get their attention by whatever means necessary. So, there's a lot of interesting and unexplored human behavior, psychological things going on as well. And so, I think if you are going to be using I think you should 100% use it to start your own business, make your own money, promote yourself, market yourself, start businesses, strategize ideas, create documents, execute tasks, explore things, learn things, teach yourself things. It's almost like if you're in a bad spot, you shouldn't drink. If you're in a bad spot, you shouldn't be doing drugs because it's just going to exacerbate everything. Also, don't drink anyways, but that's not the point. I think that's how AI is. So if you're going to it from a place of fear, scarcity, anxiety, or longing and needing human connection, maybe just stop. Maybe stop. And it's not that you need to immediately do something or that you can't even follow through, do it if you want, but just take a beat. Take a beat and pause because we're moving into, I think, a world where it's going to be a little confusing for a lot of people for a little while, to be honest with you. What has helped me to feel grounded in this moment in time has been my friends, has been real people doing real things, being outside, still tuning into myself, tuning into what is going on, but especially just tuning into friends, going and doing activities, being with people. I think it's so important that we be with people, we connect with people, we show up, have conversations, be in the messiness and the vulnerability and the wins and losses that is the human experience with relationships with one another. AI is for work. AI is for work. It's to help us get back to, I like to have the idea that AI is going to help people either make more money or save time. That's how I like to look at it. AI is not for your thinking. I also want you to remember that your brain is a survival machine. And when these new technological advances come along, it's going to be really freaky for your brain to deal with it, acknowledge it, and know what it's going to do with it. And I think because of that, it's really important to continue to stay grounded in your own self, be your own. Don't, I always talk about this, like, stop with the opinion shopping of other people, but also don't do the opinion shopping of AI. Don't outsource your thinking and your ideas and your creativity to AI. Don't, but I also feel the same way, like, don't outsource your decisions in your life to other people. Don't outsource the decisions in your life to AI. I think this is still just a moment to continue to ground within yourself. and know who you are and know what you stand for and be okay with change and uncertainty, remember that your unique judgment, your unique creativity is a thing that AI cannot replace, that no one can replace. You have something very, 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 very unique, a secret sauce about you that no one will ever, ever, ever be able to recreate. Okay, no one will. And if you outsource that creativity to other people, if you outsource that type of judgment to AI, no way, Jose. No way, Jose. Don't do that. Don't do that. Keep that one for yourself. I was in this communication class when I was in my undergrad, and it stuck with me throughout my entire life. We were learning about people that live the longest and the happiest lives, and you're looking at these blue zones, and you're like, what is the secret? What is the pattern? What is the thing that all of these people that live to be hundreds of years old and they're healthy and all these things, what are they doing? What's their secret? We all know what the secret is. It's human connection, it's community, it's love. It's being in relationship with other people. It's giving and receiving. It's being dependent. That's what's going to make you live long. That's what makes you happy. So don't forget that in this moment, that's what matters the most. Work with people that you give a damn about. Live around people that you give a damn about. Continue to pour into your friendships. Continue to love on your people, love on your neighbors, love on the people that think AI sucks, and love on the people that think AI is amazing, because everyone's just having a reaction to a technological advancement that is, I think, a little overwhelming for all of our brains to understand. And I think if we can just give everyone grace, that would be helpful. That means everyone needs to give themselves a little bit more grace. Like, hey, you're allowed to play around with AI. You're allowed to never touch AI. You're allowed to do whatever you want without giving yourself too much judgment. Just let yourself live. You don't need to solve all the world problems in a day. I do think AI is going to completely change the way that our economy works. I think AI is going to change the structure of a lot of businesses. It has the potential to. That is my prediction. I think it's exciting. I'm hopeful. I believe in a world where good people take this into their hands and they do something good with it. Just like money is like a magnifying glass to who someone already is. Like if someone's a shitty person and they become a millionaire, they're gonna be a shitty person. It's just gonna be even louder. But like a good person, a happy person, a fulfilled person that becomes a millionaire, they're just gonna do that even more. They're just a good person still. I think that's what AI is doing a little bit. So I guess that's my 2 cents about all of this. And I know I went off on a bunch of tangents, but anyways, I would like to start offering you guys some, I don't know, potentially some workflows, some steps. I'm talking like educational tools to work with AI a little bit to help benefit you. And yeah, maybe I'll do something like that. I'm so pooped right now. But, anyways, thank you for listening to me. I have so many things I want to say about AI. And I think my first episode was a little all over the place. And that's okay. And that's okay. But I'm happy I got to get this off my chest, and I'm going to be able to start articulating myself hopefully a little bit clearer, a little bit better. And I'm just as confused as you are. I'm just trying to move through this in whatever way feels best for me. And I want to share this with other people because I'm just seeing a lot of things happen and I want to share. So, with that being said, thank you guys for listening. If you have, I actually find that astonishing at this point because I'm not even going to say anything negative about myself. I'm just going to stop it here. Okay. Alrighty. I love you guys.